Hey guys, here we are with our second unboxing in as many weeks. And this time, I'm pretty sure you know what's coming. It's a bass guitar. And as usual, I'm not going to keep you in suspense. I'm just gonna open her up and unbox it. And we'll have a look and see what this bass is like. I think and hope you're going to like it. Oh, I got a little Thomann leaflet this time. Hope you're 100% satisfied with your equipment. Well, funny enough, I haven't heard from them about the SC450 just yet. Oh, this is a very sorry, I whacked the mic. This is a very streamlined box from Harley Benton. It's such a big bass. Everything's really well packed from Thomann, I have to say. I'm quite impressed with that. So, again, well done, Thomann. And I just got some keys to hand, so I'm going to use that on the sellotape, the sticky tape, just to open this box up. Oh man, should have got my knife out. They do the job, huh? Okay, so here it is, the Harley Benton bass. So, seems like I've got dropsy today, but I've whacked the mic 3 times, and I've whacked the camera once. No cables, no cheap Chinese cables this time, but it is Harley Benton bass. And let's see what we got. And it's white. And there it is, folks. It is the Harley Benton B-450 Vintage White. And it's a progressive series 4-string electric bass. It's bolt-on construction, as you can see there. It's a Canadian maple neck. This one is made in China. What do you know? It has a modern D shape. Yes, I would concur with that. And it is a rosewood fretboard. And actually, yes, the grain on that and the way that looks to me very much a rosewood fingerboard. And I'm not sure how they're getting around the whole CITES issue. But that does look very much like rosewood. I think you will agree. And the neck, looking at the back, there is a nice strong scarf joint for that angled headstock. One thing I've noticed almost straight away is the fret ends are quite sharp on this. And that is a bit of a worry. That's going to need a little bit of addressing, that is, because that's quite sharp. So, it's rosewood fretboard, tai-chi inlays. It's got 24 frets. Its scale is a long scale bass. It's 864 millimeters, which is 34 inches. It's a 42mm nut width, which is 1 2/3 inches. It's a double action truss rod with the adjustment under the truss rod cover there. And it's got 2 humbucker pickups with active preamp. And that preamp is the electronics of the volume with a push-pull to activate the active or passive. There's a balance, a bass and a treble. It's all black hardware. And we've got diecast tuners on, and they are, again, Schaller style tuners. I really like the shape of the headstock on this. And the string gauge 45 to 105, and finish is a vintage white with high gloss. So, first impressions are that it's a nice finish on it. No obvious flaws. A little dink in the back. Let's see whether they include a battery. They don't, and very often they won't. And these quick release batteries I learned very quickly to my detriment with the snakebite, the James Hetfield snakebite guitar. If you leave the batteries in these, they run out very quickly. They don't switch off when you put a jack plug in the socket. So there we have it, Harley Benton bass. I think it's quite a pretty looking bass, and I'm not going to tune it up and play it through for you now. I will do that in another video. But what I can say to you is that what I did with this one is I went for a decorative bass. When I say that, it means that Harley Benton have considered that there is enough wrong with this guitar, or this bass guitar, that they cannot sell it as a full stock item. It also means that they're not even willing to sell it as a B stock item, which means that this is really for decorative purposes only. This feels very much like, with a little bit of work on those sharp fret tangs and a little bit of overlooking a slight dent on the back, and there's a little D in the neck, but I think that is to say that it's a D-shaped neck. I'm not sure. That doesn't look like it's a flaw. It looks like it's meant to be there. But really, I can see nothing much else wrong with this. The tuners all look good. They certainly seem to work well. And the fretboard and the front of the bass guitar look to me to be absolutely immaculate. I can see no obvious massive dinks or dents in the guitar at all, or scratches or flaws or imperfections. Really, the only thing that there is sharp fret ends and that one tiny little dink in the back of this. Other than that, this looks like a pretty decent bass guitar. I have to say one thing, and that is that full marks again to Harley Benton and to Thomann for the fact that this has been sold as a decorative only guitar because it needs physical work done to it, because these, I'm pretty sure it's because of these incredibly sharp fret ends. And for somebody that works on guitars and basses quite happily, that's a tiny, tiny little job. And yeah, okay, so one little dent and dink in the back. I'm going to put more than that in it in the first few times of playing it and throwing it about. And when you consider what I paid for it, which I'll put here, you can't really go wrong, can you? The action, I should tell you, is about 2.5 to 3 mil at the 12th fret. And other than the sharp ends, which I keep on about, I can't find very much at all wrong with this bass guitar. The nut looks fine, it's really nicely cut. And one of the things that I can tell you about it is that this rosewood fretboard is absolutely beautiful. It's one of the nicest bits of rosewood that I've seen in a long, long time, which is quite surprising really. But there we are. How they do it with the CITES import regulations, I have absolutely no idea. Maybe you can tell me in the comments down below. I know what most people are going to say. It's not rosewood. It's baked maple or blackwood, but this is not. This is definitely 100% rosewood. And I will give you a close-up picture, or a few close-up pictures of this neck to prove to you. Anybody with eyes can actually see that this really is rosewood, which is a bit of a concern because it really shouldn't be being used unless it's certificated existing stock, which they would have, literally they would have import certification for. And you would expect something like that to come with this now, because if Customs opened this and saw rosewood on it, then yeah, I think they would have a pretty serious issue. One of the first things that made me want to buy this guitar, or this bass I should say, is the fact of its colour. I just love this creamy white, ivory type, vintage looking colour. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's very much more yellowy creamy than the bright white of the snakebite, which I can see in the background over there. And comparing the two, it's like chalk and cheese. Excuse the pun. Quite surprised, quite shocked. Didn't know what to expect. Very pleased with the result. Thank you very much, Toman. Thank you very much, Harley Benton. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, folks. I know you will, as always. I just wanted to try one of these out, and I felt it was long overdue for me to get another bass guitar to show on the CGS channel. So I hope my bass player friends have enjoyed this. I hope that everybody's enjoyed it actually, and that you'll perhaps think about maybe looking at some of these Harley Benton basses, because they do look quite nice to me. And we will soon be back with a little playthrough to give you a bit of a demo of what this bass sounds like when I've got some batteries in the back, well, a battery in the back, and when I've had chance to give it a good look over, and I will come back and play it for you. Admittedly, I'm not a great bass player, but I will play it for you. So, until then, you take good care, and I'll be back soon with another video as soon as I can. I'll have to go and get my knife. And I've messed this up, haven't I? Whacked it with the box. Oh, and now I'm showing my tummy and everything. I wonder if I showed that on the original video. Good Lord. From Toman. Oh, I whacked you that time as well. Right. And I whacked the mic again. What's wrong with me? Literally just sharp fret ends. They are flipping sharp.